The containment bay reeked of ozone and burnt metal. Oliver pressed his back against the cold wall, watching the Zerathi war drones circle the perimeter. Their queen stood at the center of the chamber, her crystalline exoskeleton refracting the emergency lights into 1,000 blood-red shards. Fascinating, Queen Veshikara clicked, her mandibles spreading in what passed for a smile among her kind. A human, unarmed, unarmored. How did your species ever leave your cradle world? Oliver didn't answer. He was calculating. The drones were standard Zerathi infantry class designed to overwhelm through numbers. 6 of them. The queen herself was the real threat, standing nearly 3 meters tall, her forearms ending in blade-like appendages that could slice through reinforced steel. Anna's voice crackled through the damaged comm unit in his ear. Oliver, I'm locked out of the system. The override won't work? You need to hold them off for another 2 minutes. 2 minutes. An eternity in combat time. Your silence speaks of fear, the queen continued, gesturing with one bladed arm. You should fear. My soldiers have conquered 47 worlds. They have never known defeat. Oliver stepped away from the wall, rolling his shoulders. That's because you've never fought humans without your fancy weapons doing the work. The queen's laugh was a series of sharp, chittering sounds. Bold words for prey. The first drone lunged without warning. Oliver sidestepped, his movements economical and precise. The drone's plasma claw whistled past his face, close enough for him to feel the heat. In the same motion, Oliver's fist connected with the drone's sensor cluster. The impact echoed through the chamber. The drone staggered back, its optical array shattered. Oliver pressed forward, grabbing the machine's weapon arm and twisting. The metal shrieked as it tore free from its socket. He swung the severed limb like a club, catching another drone across its central processor. Impossible, Queen Veshikara hissed. Those frames can withstand 15 tons of pressure. Oliver dropped the makeshift weapon and faced the remaining 4 drones. His knuckles were bleeding, but his eyes were calm. Your problem is that you build things to withstand force. Humans learned a long time ago that it's not about force. It's about leverage, timing, and knowing where something breaks. 2 drones attacked simultaneously. Oliver dropped low, sweeping the legs of the first while driving his elbow into the knee joint of the second. Both collapsed. Before they could recover, he was on them, fingers finding seams in their armor, pulling at critical connections. Sparks flew as wiring tore free. The queen's posture shifted. She was no longer amused. You fight like a creature possessed. What drives such ferocity? You took my crew, Oliver said quietly, rising to face the last 2 drones. You took my ship. You thought humans were soft because we prefer diplomacy to war. The remaining drones charged together. Oliver waited until the last possible second, then dove between them. His hand shot out, grabbing an exposed power cable trailing from one drone's damaged chassis. He yanked hard, using the drone's own momentum against it. The cable whipped around, entangling both machines. They crashed together in a shower of sparks. Now only the queen remained. 1 minute, Anna's voice whispered through the comm. The security grid is responding. Queen Veshikara advanced, all 4 blade arms extended. You are skilled, human. But you bleed, you tire. I am eternal. Nobody's eternal, Oliver replied, circling slowly. That's what makes us dangerous. We know we're going to die someday, so we fight like it matters. The queen struck with blinding speed. Oliver barely twisted away from the first blade, felt the second one graze his ribs. Pain flared white-hot, but he used the proximity to his advantage. His fist drove upward into the joint where the queen's primary arm connected to her thorax. The crystalline structure cracked. Veshikara screamed, a sound like shattering glass. She backhanded Oliver with her secondary arm, sending him sprawling across the deck. He tasted blood. You dare damage a queen? Veshikara shrieked, advancing with murder in her multifaceted eyes. Oliver struggled to his feet, swaying. I dare more than that. The queen raised all her arms for a killing strike. Oliver didn't try to dodge. Instead, he lunged forward inside her reach, wrapping his arms around her central body. His injured hands found purchase on the damaged joint he'd struck before. What are you doing? The queen tried to shake him off, but his grip was iron. 30 seconds. Anna's voice was urgent. Oliver, get clear. Humans have another talent, Oliver grunted, his fingers digging into the crack in the queen's armor. We're really good at holding on when we shouldn't. The chamber's light suddenly blazed to full intensity. The security grid Anna had been fighting to restore hummed to life. Containment field snapped into place around the Queen, freezing her in position. Oliver released his grip and stumbled back. Through the transparent wall, he could see Anna at the control station, her hands flying over the console. Security teams were already pouring into the corridor beyond. Queen Veshkara stood immobilized, her eyes fixed on Oliver with something new in their alien depths. Not anger, not hatred, fear. "You fought 6 war machines and a queen with nothing but your hands," she whispered. "Your species is mad." Oliver wiped blood from his mouth and smiled. "We prefer the term determined. You came to our space expecting us to roll over because we looked weak compared to your empire. But you forgot something important." "What?" the Queen asked, her voice barely audible. "Humans didn't claw our way to the top of the food chain on Earth by being the biggest or the strongest. We did it by being the most stubborn, creative, and absolutely unwilling to quit." He turned toward the door where Anna was waiting. "That's why you froze when you saw what I could do barehanded. Because you finally understood what it means to fight a human." The security teams entered the chamber, weapons ready. Queen Veshkara said nothing more, but her crystalline eyes followed Oliver as he walked out, victorious and unbowed. In the corridor, Anna caught him as he stumbled. "You're insane. You know that, right?" Oliver grinned despite the pain. "That's what makes us human."